It's a Chelsea thing.
It's good to be a Chelsea fan right now. Chelsea are doing madness on and off the pitch. Things are coming together, people. This project is coming together. People laughed at Chelsea. 1 billion bottle job and all that. But now, who is laughing? Who is laughing? 2 trophies, European trophy and the international trophy. Arsenal will never say that. We got it. We are the best in the world. Now, we are about to sign one of the best in business right now. This video is about Hato. And I'm going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to play this video and react to the video because I was doing some research to know exactly what Chelsea, what Maresca really sees in Hato. Is he going to bench Marc Cucurella, who is the best in the world right now? The answer is probably yes. And that's what you need from Chelsea. You don't need the fill-up. You need somebody who can compete, who can claim that position. So we're going to watch together. We're going to comment. Get in the comment section down below if you think Hato is going to take Chelsea to the next level. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Click that like button, my friends. It doesn't cost you anything. It's going to take you only 1 second to do so. Let's go and react to this video from expert people who actually know Hato inside out to tell us what kind of player Hato is.
Hello and welcome to Transfermarkt TV. I'm Ben Littlemore and today I'm joined by Transfermarkt's concept manager in the Netherlands, Kevin Lux. And Kevin joins us today because we're talking about one of the most exciting young defenders in Europe right now. And that young defender is Ajax centre-back / left-back Jorrel Hato. And he's been linked with a number of top clubs, most recently Liverpool. Reports suggest he's a long-term target for Arsenal and also Real Madrid. Kevin, he's made quite an impact already at his age. He's played 3 times for the Netherlands already, which is crazy at 18. I think this season he's got 3 goals and 4 assists from defence, which is in itself quite the achievement. Would you mind starting by just telling us, what type of defender Hato is?
So let me make it sure that you understand this video is from 2 seasons ago, okay? 2 years ago when he was only 18 years old. And that age, making it to the national team and doing what he was doing already back then was amazing. And what he's doing now is even more impressive. Everything is going to make sense, even though the video is from 2 years ago. But I wanted to play this video because this guy here is a coach. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He is from the same country as Hato.
And what are his sort of strong attributes?
Well, Hato is the typical Ajax defender as we've seen them, quite a few of them the past few years. He's good in possession, carrying the ball, being offensively capable, but also defensively strong. Just like the players before him, like Jurrien Timber, Daley Blind, and Matthijs de Ligt. So the typical Ajax defender.
Last season, I think primarily he played at centre-back.
Yeah, so Timber, very, very good defender. So if you compare somebody with Timber before the injury, of course, remember he had an ACL injury after joining Arsenal, which was sad because he was out for 1 season. But if somebody tells you that 100% Timber, look at the way he carries the ball. Look at how many positions he plays. As a centre-back, as a full-back. Wherever you put him, he's there to deliver.
But this season, he's played almost all of his games at left-back. I know in sort of modern football, we're seeing left-backs and centre-backs quite intermingled. We see what Pep Guardiola and Arteta sometimes play centre-halves at fullback. Well, where do you think his best position will be going forward?
I think his best position will be centre-back, because that's where he's more capable of. As a left-back, especially in Dutch football, you need to run a lot. He can do that. But he also has strong attributes for centre-back. And I think that will be, when he develops a little bit more, that will be his strongest attributes.
That is exactly what you want to hear, because Enzo Maresca is somebody who doesn't like the players to play only in one position. He likes his players to be able to play from pretty much whatever position you ask him to play. And we're going to even talk about his size at some point in this video. But I think, for me, according to this guy here, the expert, centre-back is the position that he does better. But for me, because of the size and physicality in the Premier League, I would prefer to use him as a fullback, inverted in the midfield, and all the good stuff, because he's very good.
So I think he will switch back to centre-back eventually.
Looking at his height, according to the Transfermarkt website, he's only 1.82 metres, which for our English listeners is about 5'10". That's quite short though for a centre-back, right? Isn't it? That's sort of, we're getting into Lisandro Martinez territory.
Yeah, it's quite short, but he compensates that with his strength and with his reading of the game. He has a lot of interceptions, which shows that he knows where the passes are going to be. So the thing that he lacks in height, he compensates with other attributes. And yeah, just like Jurrien Timber at Arsenal, he has the same issue, basically. He's also pretty short for a centre-back, but he's more than capable of playing there.
Is there anybody that he
So that tells you everything you want to know. We are getting to Lisandro Martinez territory, because we know that Licha is a very, very short centre-back. I don't wanna see him bullied in the Premier League with Erling Haaland, and you have somebody like Hato marking him. But I think fullback is gonna be the position that I would prefer, because this is the Premier League.
reminds you of? You've spoken about some of his attributes, reading the game well. Is there any sort of centre-back, past or present, that he reminds you of in the way he plays?
Yeah, I think he's more comparable with Jurrien Timber, the current Arsenal player. He also likes to carry the ball into midfield, be very adventurous from the centre-back position. He's capable of reading the game. He's defensively strong. So I think he's more comparable with Jurrien Timber. And basically just, the type of defender that Ajax has produced over the past few years.
For so long.
Yeah, we know that Ajax always produce bowlers, not only defenders or midfielder or whatever. They completely transform players, right? You're not only a fullback, you are many other positions. And the centre-back that has been compared often is Timber, who is not really playing as a centre-back at Arsenal. But it reminds me a little bit of Jules Koundé in terms of his size. He's like 5'10", just like Hato. And you can play him from the centre-back when you are really in crisis, right? But if everybody is fit and you have giant in the defense like Tosin Adarabiayo or Levi Colwill, or let's say Fofana, by miracle he stays fit, I don't see why Chelsea will play him from the midfield or from the centre-back position, because that is just like a waste of time, right?
Now, Ajax have been synonymous with producing amazing talent through their youth academy. You go back to as far as I think Johan Cruyff, Dennis Bergkamp, I believe Wesley Sneijder came through there, Edgar Davids. There's for years and years there's been amazing talent coming through, and it looks like Jorrel Hato may be the latest in that. What is it you think they do in the academy at Ajax that makes them able to produce so many good players year after year?
Well, they have been doing this since the 1970s. Indeed, Johan Cruyff and all the famous Dutch players that played for the national team, most of them, they came through Ajax. A big part, it's because it's one of the biggest clubs in the Netherlands. So when they're scouting for young talents, well, they have a big name. So a lot of youth players, they wanted to play in the Ajax youth system because they get chances there. And that's the biggest difference with clubs like Feyenoord in the past. Not a lot of youth players got chances there. PSV did the same thing. But Ajax, they're known for giving youth players a chance. And just like Jorrel Hato, at the age of 16, he got to play in the first team. And that's something that Ajax does very well. And something that other clubs can still learn from, I guess. Because, it shows that it pays off to have young players play in the first team.
Yeah, so the difference between Cobham, which is the Chelsea Academy, Barcelona La Masia, and this Ajax Academy is because opportunities. You will see at Ajax, you are 15, you are 16, you are old enough to play in the first team. They don't care about your age. They care about your quality. They give you confidence in the very young age. Look what they did with the young, the elite, and all the golden generation. Hato is one of them. He's a leader. He's even the captain of a big team like Ajax at very a young age. So age is just a number. If Chelsea also had the same, the same politics or policies to try to promote at least a couple players every single season, I think we were going to be praised around the world, because you will see Chelsea will prefer, for example, to go and buy Badiashile and Sassi, but you have somebody like Lewis Hall, you sell him to Newcastle. You have somebody like Tino Livramento, one of the best in the business, you don't give him a chance. You go spend money for average players that are not even in the same level than the players that you have from the academy. Alfie Gilchrist, what happened to him? Under Pochettino, absolutely insane. Excellent player. We killed his confidence by sending him to some, useless loan and all that. So that's the difference. And Ajax need to be praised because this is the way it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be. But people also might tell me, well, we are Chelsea. There's no the same kind of pressure at Ajax than at Chelsea. At Chelsea, you need to win every single season. But nobody is telling you that we're not going to win with young players. That's the problem. Nobody is asking for you to play 11 academy products. You can play one or two of them. Just include them slowly and surely. When Chelsea buys like a young player from another team, there is no a problem. It becomes a problem only when they want to promote somebody from the academy.
Instead of paying millions to buy a new player.
Exactly. And in a league where they maybe don't have the finances to compete with the likes of the Premier League or maybe La Liga, it's proved to be such a successful model now for them for such a long time. Part of that model in the past has been they bring those players through, but eventually they do sell them on for normally quite a big profit. If a big club, say Liverpool, Real Madrid, come in January or maybe even next summer for Jorrel Hato, he has a 30 million market value on the Transfermarkt website right now, but what sort of fee do you think Ajax would demand to let him leave the club?
Yeah, I'm going to skip a little bit when it comes to pricing because this was 2 years ago when he was 18. The price now that they are asking for is getting to, I heard that around 50 to 40 million in that region. I think it's still a very good price for a quality player that's still young and you can develop. So it's not going to make a lot of sense if we talk about the pricing now, but you got the idea. If you want to watch the entire interview, I'm going to put the link in the description down below so you can watch until the end. I wanted just to give you an idea about what kind of player we are getting and to tell you to be ready, be ready because this Chelsea team is going to surprise many people, just like the way we did in the Club World Cup. Nobody gave us a chance to win it, and we went and beat the best team in the world. I'm going to make another video about Xavi Simons and also about Renato Vega. Stay tuned because it's getting very, very busy out there.